Hello and welcome, I'm Ken Gowdy, and in this tutorial we will look at ghost notes. Ghost notes are muted notes. They are depicted in sheet music as either with the note head in brackets or with the note head replaced with an X. They are used to add an effect to the music. For instance, if two lines in a piece of music are the same, the second line could be played with some ghost notes to distinguish it from the first line. When a person blows into a saxophone, the reed begins to vibrate, which creates the sound. This sound is usually stopped when the tongue touches the reed. The sound starts again when the tongue is moved away from the reed, causing the reed to vibrate again. This process is known as tonguing. However, if there is enough air going through the saxophone, the tongue can lightly touch the reed and the reed will still vibrate, giving a dampened or muted sound. This is known as ghosting a note. Some players will place their tongue in the same position as when they tongue a note, while others will touch the reed towards the sides. You would have to experiment to find which position is best for you, because different people tongue the note in different ways and we all have different mouth and tongue characteristics. So what may be good for one person may not be good for someone else. The main point is getting the reed to vibrate when the tongue is touching it. So ghosted notes. The way you play ghosted notes, as was said, is that you place your tongue lightly on the reed. Now you can do this the way you usually tongue a note, but only do it lightly, or you can place your tongue lightly on the corner of the reed. Now this has its advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is that if you place your tongue lightly on the corner of the reed, then you're muting that corner of the reed, which means the other corner of the reed can vibrate freely, and this might be an easy way for you to produce a ghosted note. The disadvantage is that you're going to have to move your tongue to the corner of the reed, which might be something that you're not used to doing. But as with all things with practice, you will get used to it over time. Now, when you play a ghosted note, what is actually happening is that the reed is buzzing against your tongue. Now, this may give you a tickling sensation on your tongue. Now, if this is the case with you, then it's just one of those things that you're going to have to get used to. When practicing ghosted notes, then one thing you could do is to just play one note on one breath, and obviously keep that breath the same, so the same pressure, and then lightly place your tongue on the reed, take it off, place it on, take it off, see if you could play a series of ghosted notes, or you could play a major scale and play some of those notes in the scale as ghosted notes. One thing that you're going to have to remember is how much pressure you actually put on the reed, because if you put too much pressure on the reed, then obviously you're going to stop the reed from vibrating and cut the sound. If you put too little pressure on the reed, then the sound will not be muted and you won't get that ghosted sound. The other thing that you have to be careful of when you're moving your tongue to mute the reed, that you do not change your embouchure and bend notes, etc. One way of getting very good at playing ghosted note is obviously to listen to artists playing ghosted notes. So you can listen to your favorite artists, get their sheet music and follow them as they play along with the sheet music. You don't want to listen to any artist playing some fast music like Coltrane on giant steps, because you may not be able to follow it as he's moving at pace. But obviously with an artist playing some piece of music at a slow pace, you'll be able to hear the ghosted notes and really understand and get the feel of what the ghosted note should sound like. Lastly, let me say thank you for watching this video. Hope it was informative and helpful. If it was, then you can give it a like and share it with your friends, or even consider subscribing to the channel. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.